today's topic is Contract of Indemnity. So the section 124 of Indian Contract Act deals with the Contract of Indemnity. The general meaning of indemnity is, the term indemnity means make good. What make good? The loss or the compensate, or to compensate the party who is at loss. It means Contract of Indemnity deals with the contracts where one party is in loss, and it is the contract that the other party has to make the loss good for the party who is in loss. Okay, so section 124 says that a contract by which one party promises to save the other from loss caused to him by the conduct of the promiser himself or by the conduct of other person is called the contract of indemnity. Okay, so now it should be clear to you that what this contract of indemnity is. It means it is a contract where one party has to make the loss good of the other person, or other party, whether that loss has been done or is made by the party, means the indemnity, the party who is direct to the contract of indemnity, or by the conduct of other person. Okay, next. So yes, so there are parties to the contract of indemnity. One party is called the indemnifier. Okay, who is indemnifier? Indemnifier is the party, the person who promises to make the good. The loss is called the indemnifier. Means the person who makes the loss good. Okay, that person is called the indemnifier. Okay. Second is indemnity holder. Indemnity holder is that person or that party to the contract which or whose loss has to be made good. Okay, the person whose loss is to be made good is called the indemnity holder. So the indemnity holder and indemnifier, two persons are there, like the promiser and promisee. In previous cases or in the original contract or in simple contract, we term the person promiser and promisee. Likewise here the indemnifier and indemnity holder. Okay, next. Yes, rights of indemnity holder. Both the parties have their rights and obligation. Indemnifier has certain rights. Okay, so what are those rights? Section 125 of this Indian Contract Act deals with the rights of the indemnity holder. What are the rights? The first one right is all damages which may be compelled to pay in any suit in respect of the matter to which the promise to indemnify applies. Means all those cases, all those suits where the person who is compelled to make the loss of other party good has to be compensated, he becomes the indemnity holder here. So the indemnifier has to make the loss good. Okay. Second is all costs which he may be compelled to pay in bringing or defending such suit if he did not contravene. It means the second right of indemnity holder is all costs which he may be compelled to pay. Means all those expenses, all those costs which is compelled to pay for which in bringing or defending such suit. If any suit is there and all the expense, all the cost he expend on defending such suit, means the cost or the fees of your advocate, your expenses, any other expenses, means the total cost which is incurred to him in defending himself for any suit that was related to that contract of indemnity, not any other suit, only those suits which are connected with the indemnity, contract of indemnity, only those suits, and all the expenses incurred in defending himself. So all the cost has to be borne by the indemnifier. Okay, and the third one, all sums which he may have paid under the terms of any compromise of any such suit. Means third right is any compromise any money if he has to be paid by way of compromise of some suit. Suppose a suit is there and during the suit some compromise may be there, and in that compromise that party is compelled to pay some compensation. Okay, so that compensation has to be borne by the indemnifier. Okay, the indemnifier will be responsible for the compromise or the price or the compensation in way of compromise. Okay, yes, next.
5 मिनट 40 सेकंड.
246.
Yes, next. Mode of contract of indemnity. Okay, so what are the mode of contract of indemnity? A. The contract of indemnity may be express or implied. Like the general contract, the contract of indemnity may be express, it may be implied. What the term express means? Express means if it is in writing or it is verbal, through verbal communication is there. Okay? If it is express contract, means either it is in writing or it is verbal communication is there, then it is express. Like in general contract. In general contract we have discussed that express contracts are which are intentionally done. Okay? Which are intentionally made between the parties. Okay? Second is implied. Implied indemnity contracts are those contracts which are generated or created by the behavior of the parties, by the conduct of the parties. Okay? If they conduct in such way that knowingly or unknowingly a implied contract may be there. Okay? So this a contract of indemnity is said to be expressed when a person expressly promises to compensate of the party from loss. Okay? Where the parties they are in contract, directly they are in contract. If there will be loss to a person, then that person or I will make the loss good. Okay? Second is a contract of indemnity is said to be implied when it is to be inferred from the conduct of the parties, means the behavior of the parties. Though they are not directly in contract, no direct contract is there, no overhead acceptance is there, no legal consideration is there, no free consent, means all the essential elements they may be negligent or no presence of all the essentials will be there, but by the conduct of the parties is there. Okay? So, here is an example of this. X, an auctioneer. X is an auctioneer. His duty is to auction the things. Okay? And he sold certain goods at instruction of Y. Okay? He sold goods at the instruction of Y. It means Y instruct him, Y instruct X to sold the goods by saying that these goods are mine or these goods are belongs to me and I want to sell these. Okay? So Y instructs X to sell some goods. Okay? Later it is discovered that the goods belong to Z and not Y. Later on it is discovered, it is found that the goods which were auctioned, that was not belongs to Y, that belongs to some other person, that is called Z. Okay? Here, what will happen? Z recovered damages from X. Z may call for damages, okay, from X. Why from X? Because X made the auction. X made the auction. That's why Z recovered damages from X for selling his goods. Okay. Now what will happen? It is a simple contract. Now what or where the indemnity will be? Indemnity will be here that here X is entitled to recover the compensation from Y. Okay? X, he was simply auctioneer. He has nothing to do. He auctioned the things, he sold the things at the instruction of Y. Y compelled him or Y told him or Y instructed him to sell the goods. Okay, by saying that these goods belongs to me, but in reality the goods belongs to Z. Okay, so Z demanded the compensation from X because X sold out. Now what will happen? The X is entitled, okay, to reimburse or to be compensated from Y because X he himself didn't sold. He sold the things with the instructions of Y. Okay. So this is simply your contract of indemnity. In general, we can understand by one more example. Okay. Say it is a person is A and B. Okay. So there is a contract between A and B that if anything goes wrong, okay. So there is one person C. Okay. Yes. There is one person C and A asks B that you select the person C. Simply. Okay. A ने B से कॉन्टेक्ट किया कि आप C को जाके थप्पड़ मार दो, मैं देख लूंगा मीन्स व्हाट डज इट मीन दैट आई विल मेक द लॉस गुड कि वो आपको कुछ नहीं करेगा, वो कुछ करेगा, तो आई एम हियर, आई विल बी हियर. ओके. सो टू से कि A ने B को बोला और B ने इसको थप्पड़ मार दिया. बट देयर वाज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिटवीन A एंड B. ठीक है. अब C दो काम कर सकता है. तो क्या एक ही करेगा कि इसने मुझको मारा तो ये इस पे उल्टी चढ़ाई कर देगा. ठीक है. या तो उसको वो उल्टा पीटेगा या एफआईआर करेगा. ठीक है. दो दिस केस इज नॉट द केस ऑफ इंडेमनिटी because here the intention or the objective of the contract was illegal. To contract a person to be is illegal. Okay, it is not a valid contract because the objective was not legal. To beat someone is not a valid contract. It is illegal contract. It is opposed to public policy. It is immoral in nature. Okay, so this contract, though this contract is not valid, but just for to understand, just in a terms of example, we can understand this way. Okay, this is a very simple example that A and B, there is a contract that if B beats C, then he will compensate or he will look after. ठीक है. उसको वो कुछ नहीं होने देगा. ठीक है. तो इट इज सिंपल एग्जांपल ऑफ दस इंडेमनिटी. यस. सो essential elements of the contract of indemnity. What are the essential elements? All essential elements of a valid contract should be there. All the essential elements of a valid contract must be the essentials of this contract of indemnity. As I have already stated you that all the essential elements must be there. It means offer and acceptance should be there. It means a free consent must be there. It means a legal consideration or lawful consideration must be there. It means it must be communicated well. Possibility of performance should be there. The object of the contract must be legal. Okay, so all the essential elements of a valid contract should be there to a valid contract of indemnity. Okay, if any of the essential element of a valid contract is absent there, is not there, then the contract of indemnity will also be invalid or illegal or void. Okay. Now the same example what I have given there, here it is X asks Y to beat Z. The same example is there. Okay. X asks Y to beat Z and promises to indemnify Y against the consequences. मैं देख लूंगा जो भी होगा, ठीक है। तो X ने Y को ये कहा कि आप Z को बीट दो, जो भी कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होंगे मैं देख लूंगा, ठीक। Y बीट्स Z, Y ने बिकॉज X ने Y को बोला था, Y ने Z को बीट दिया, ठीक। एंड फाइन, अब उसके लिए Y को क्या हुआ कि 1000 रुपए फाइन उस पे चार्ज हो गया, इम्पोज्ड। द फाइन वाज इम्पोज्ड फॉर रुपीज 1000. Now what will happen, because there was a contract between X and Y, ठीक है, तो in that case the compensation should be, कौन इसको compensate करेगा? X को करना चाहिए, because there was a contract, पर वो नहीं करेगा तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं। Why? Because the motive, the intention, the object of the contract was not legal. It was not legal. That's why, ठीक है, बिकॉज जो अभी हमने आपको डिस्कस किया था, द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाज नॉट लीगल। टू बीट समवन इज नॉट ए वैलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। द ऑब्जेक्ट टू बीट समवन इज नॉट ए वैलिड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, ओके, और इज नॉट ए वैलिड ऑब्जेक्ट। दैट्स व्हाई this Y cannot claim his amount from X because the object of the agreement was unlawful. To beat someone is an unlawful object. It is not a legal object. So all the essential elements must be there. If the object is unlawful, if the object is illegal, if the consent is not free, okay, if it is made by minors, means capacity of parties, so all the essential elements must be there. Yes, next please. Yes, now it was all about contract of indemnity. Okay, namaste.
16 minutes.